evaluate the video that you have submitted. Saya dah mention few times dalam group, there are few students yang belum submit hari tu. Dan ada beberapa orang yang dah reply. So basically, right after the deadline yang saya bagi last week, basically I won't accept for any late submission for your group, for your individual assignment. However, there are few students yang ada reason, reasonable punya excuse tu. So that one, I already accept the submission. But those who are not submit the individual assignment, please bear in mind that I won't accept your individual assignment after the deadline. Itu regarding your individual assignment. Okay, one more thing. I'm not sure whether I already told you about your final assessment, final exam. Saya ada beritahu ke? Ada saya inform apa-apa ke?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay. So your final assessment will be evaluated middle of January.
Yep.
Perhaps before 15th of January. Okay. Jadi nanti saya akan bagi specific date. I'm not sure whether the BPA bahagian akademik already finalize the date for the final assessment or not, because they try to make sure that there is no redundant subject lah for the final assessment, because you also have the final exam punya subject kan yang you have to sit for final exam, right? So I will give you a few topics that will cover in your final assessment, especially on the travel costing. So today we will discuss further on how to design your tour package. Okay. So basically, right from the first topic that we discussed in this class, travel and tourist management, we already discussed on sorry, I think I lost connection just now. Okay, can you hear my voice?
Now can, Doctor. Just now only.
Yes, Doctor.
I think just now I lost my connection due to weather here. Alright, kat mana saya tadi ya? Okay, what we have discussed, right from the first week. We already discussed on the definitions of travel and tours, travel agency, travel agent. In fact, we also discussed on the um, distribution channel for the travel and tours agency, right? And then we also discussed on the itinerary program, okay? What are the product and services that has been provided by the travel and tour agencies in Malaysia? And in fact, we also discussed on type of itinerary, okay? Telemed itinerary, what are the significance of the itinerary, why you should prepare the itinerary, right? Then after the itinerary topic, then we also discuss on the travel and tours costing, how you are going to to calculate your tour package. Okay, for this course, we only focus on the domestic package only. Okay, whereby is only focused on how you are going to design the package using either the transportation, land transportation, or using a flight, right? Then this week we are going to discuss on how to design the tour package. Okay, what are the content that we are going to include in your tour package? Okay, so basically for your group project nanti that you're going to submit, I think end of this month, December. Okay, 20 something kan dia punya deadline for group project. So I hope that based on the requirement ataupun based on the instruction given to you, I hope that everybody you are deeply understands the context and what are the content that you should include in your tour package. Okay, so I think you're going to prepare your package according to apa theme kan, tema that are given to you, medical tourism, apa island, honeymoon, and etc. Okay, so I hope that you can submit your group project tu. You have to show how you calculate the package, how you design the itinerary, and today we are going to discuss how you transfer all the information become your own package. Okay, this is where right from the week 3, 4, and 5, we already discussed on the following content, and we also discussed on what are the important information that you should include in your package for for your group project. Okay, so now we are going to discuss topic 6, which travel and tour costing. I hope that at the middle of my presentation, kalau saya lost ke ataupun apa orang panggil, you tak nampak ataupun saya terlihat daripada presentation ni, meaning to say saya memang lost connection lah dekat sini. Okay.
Doctor,
Yep.
what about the attendance?
Okay, attendance saya akan bagi at any time throughout this class.
Okay.
Okay, alright. Talking about attendance, basically I know that some of you have a problem with apa kita panggil internet connection and everything. In fact, we heard about the news about the challenges of the students to have the online class. Okay, sampai kena panjat bukit, kena pasang kemah in order to get the internet connection. That one, I don't expect that kind of problem happen, especially dekat Kelantan lah, especially dekat Semenanjung. Kalau kita tengok kat Sabah dan Sarawak, perhaps mungkin lah there are possibility to have that kind of problem. Tapi kalau di Semenanjung still ada masalah tu is quite, I think the government as well as the wakil rakyat based on the location tu, they should take this issue as the big issue as well. Okay, because this is a new norm for us to have a virtual or online class. But perhaps what you can do as a student is to put your effort lah, to put your responsibility to find the best way to have an online. Okay, not just you, maybe perhaps adik-adik you ke siapa-siapa yang, but nowadays semua students, sekolah menengah, sekolah rendah, ITCA semua kena gunakan online. Right? But if you really expect something or consideration from the lecturer, you have to make sure that contact personally your lecturer, tell them about your problem so that we as a lecturer we can negotiate, we can consider your problem. Okay, kita pun tak sewenang-wenangnya untuk judge student, untuk kita nak take action directly to the students bila you tak datang kelas. In fact, for your information, saya tak nak terlalu strict dengan attendance. So kalau saya check balik attendance, for your information, 3 times you miss from the class, saya akan bar you daripada final exam. But basically, since this semester there is no final exam, so there is nothing to do for me to check your attendance. Okay, as for me, this is your responsibility. If you think that you want to stay in this class, just stay. Kalau you rasa you cannot accept the way of the online class, then it's up to you. Right? Okay, is it okay? Setakat ini, is it clear my voice and everything?
Clear, Doktor. Okay, Doktor.
Saya tak nak saya cakap seorang-seorang because I can see either I lost connection ataupun tak bila saya dah buka slide. Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, let me discuss our topic today. This is more about how you are going to design your tour package. Okay, this is a topic 6. There are few main issues that we are going to discuss today. The definitions of tour package, types of tour package, the concept of tour package, and the methods of planning a tour package. Okay, so we will discuss in these 4 topic issues. At the end of this class, I hope that you are going to prepare your own package, domestic package. This is just for tutorial exercise saja. Okay, not related to your group project. Okay. Okay, we are going to discuss on the brief definitions about the tour package. Okay, basically, kalau when we talk about tour package ni, in any travel agency or tour operators, the first thing that they are going to deliver to their customers by using pamphlet. Okay, which the pamphlet ataupun the brochure that they are designed is based on the package that already developed by their tour agency ataupun tour executive. Okay, it is important for any tour operators ataupun tour agency to have their own travel package ataupun their own tour package. Okay, in order to show, okay, this is our service, this is our product to be offered to the customer. Alright, so we are going to discuss on the definitions of tour package. The first thing is tour package is a product which is planned, organized, operate and sold at a set of price. Okay, maksudnya tour package ni, when we talk about package lah. Basically, perkataan package ni, dia ada 4 elemen ni. Adalah satu perancangan yang dibuat, susunan yang diatur, pengoperasian yang akan dijalankan dan dijual pada satu set harga kepada seorang individu ataupun kumpulan ataupun organisation yang mana dalam tour package ni akan melibatkan travel, accommodation and arrangement of the numbers of days specific. Okay, so itu kita panggil package. Kalau you setakat beli hotel, bilik hotel saja, atau you setakat beli tiket flight saja, for example, that not considered as a package. Okay, so in the simple meaning, package is actually the combination of few products or services and they sell in one price. Okay, sell to the customers or the individual or group at one price, including the main contents of the product that required by the the tourist or the traveller. Okay, itu kita panggil package, tour package. Kalau single product, yang as I mentioned just now, kalau you nak beli single product in one organization ataupun tour operators tu, you boleh beli sama ada produk tu contohnya transportation plus accommodation for example. Or you can buy accommodation saja or transportation saja. Right? Okay, apa yang ada dalam package ni? Component of a package tour ni. Okay. Satu, transportation. Ini 3 benda yang wajib adalah. Transportation, accommodation, one more thing is F&B. Okay. Tapi F&B is not a main component. Okay, so kalau you nak masukkan, you can provide to your customers. Or else, this is 6 main component dalam tour package that you have to include. Right? Transfer ni meaning to say kalau contohnya you transit daripada airport ke hotel. So ini kita panggil transfer service. Okay? Kalau daripada, sama juga daripada hotel ke airport, ini kita panggil transfer service. Kalau daripada ferry ke hotel, itu kita panggil transfer service. Daripada hotel ke hotel, normally that one is a hotel punya service. Okay? Kalau transfer service yang ni, it can be anyone. Sama ada tour operators pun boleh offer service tu, ataupun taxi, ataupun transportation provider pun boleh offer that service. Okay. Sightseeing tour adalah aktiviti yang dibuat dalam lawatan tersebut. Okay. Insurance, what we call it, the most important things bila you travel, make sure that you ada provide insurance service. And the last one is guide, tour guide, tourist guide, okay, museum guide, escort dan sebagainya. So these people adalah orang yang akan provide ataupun guide ataupun control the whole arrangement for your package tu tadi, right? Okay, itu definition of tour package. Okay, so a combination of required product by the tourists ataupun travelers, and you are going to sell in a single package. Okay, so that's a simple definition of tour package. So kalau kita tengok sekarang ni the types of tour package. Okay, there are few types of tour package. Kalau kita tengok gambar yang sebelah ni yang saya letak ni, okay, gambar ni. Ini basically adalah Mint House Camp punya brochure. So kalau you cari dalam Google, you akan jumpa. Okay, there are few activities that can be done at Mint House Camp. Siapa yang pernah pergi, dia pergilah, dia dapat gambaran lah. Siapa yang tak pernah pergi, maybe you didn't get that picture of what are exactly product and services provided by Mint House Camp. Right? Okay. Tour package. Type of tour package yang pertama kita panggil group tour package. Okay, ini yang pertama. Bila kita cakap pasal group tour package ni, group lah. Must be in group. Okay. Group ni can be more than 3 people. Okay. Kalau seorang, kita panggil independent travelers. Okay. Kalau berdua, you can go for group travelers pun okay. Ataupun some people that they doesn't consider two as a group package. But when we talk about group ni, they depend on the policy of that company. Some companies, they provide or they declare group package ni must be more than 5. It depends. Ada tour operator ataupun travel agency yang memang dia letakkan the numbers of tourist for group tour package. Okay, ada yang tak letak, depend, tapi biasanya dia akan letak numbers of customers to be recognized as a group tour package. Okay. So apa bezanya ataupun apa yang ada pada group tour package? Normally bila when we talk about group tour package ni, you beli seolah-olah you beli in a bundle. Okay. Which kalau you beli satu barang, contohnya you beli kat kedai runcit satu barang, dia akan bagi harga yang biasa. But if you buy in a bundle, they will give you cheaper than the retail punya price. Sama juga dengan group tour package. Another advantage of group tour package adalah normally tour operator ataupun travel agency ni dia akan bagi you commission ataupun dia akan bagi you buy 10 free 1, buy 20 free 1. Maksudnya kalau you boleh carikan what we call it ataupun you can sell their package up to 20 packs per group, okay? Maybe you combine lah yang ni 3, yang ni 4, campur, then total up you get 20 customers. Then the tour operator ataupun travel agency will give you free 1. Free either you want to take a commission, money, ataupun you can travel for free. Okay? Itu beza ataupun advantage of group tour package. Okay, kalau free independent travelers pula, nombor 2 ni. Kat sini pun you dah tengok nama pun free independent travelers. Free independent travelers ataupun free independent travelers, you memang travel berseorangan. Tapi ada juga orang consider free ataupun fully independent travelers ni, some product ataupun some services, there are few service ataupun produk ni you buy from tour operator, tapi you tak gunakan dia service. Contohnya you beli tiket flight from travel agency. Okay, tapi bila you pergi travel ke tempat tu, you are independent traveler. You buat semua sendiri. Okay, you book hotel sendiri, you travel from one places to another places individually. Without guide, without proper planning, without proper itinerary. Okay, you are free to arrange or to organize your trip. Okay, ini maksud ataupun the criteria for group tour package and free independent traveler. Okay, so kalau you tengok daripada brochure yang saya bagi contoh ni, a Formosa team building on a holiday break and Cosmic holidays yang offer package Singapore and Malaysia. Yang ni kalau you tengok secara imbas, this package ni is meant for group package ataupun free independent package, free independent traveler.
Group package.
Which one?
Group.
Yep. Okay. So kat sini pun you dah boleh tengok, this is meant for group package. Okay. Sebab tu bila you buat package, masa you buat untuk group project pun, or in fact for this tutorial, saya nak you buat something like this. Maksudnya kalau you nak buat package group, you can set a category ataupun the tema for your group punya package tu. Macam ni dia buat team building package. Perhaps you mungkin boleh buat family day package. Or you can have what we call it, incentive package for example. So meaning to say when we talk about group package ni, dia not necessary nama dia group package tu. Tapi bila kita tengok dia punya template dia punya brochure dia ataupun dia punya package tu, you boleh tahu. You can identify that this package is meant for group package. That's why sometimes bila you buat term and condition ni kat bawah ni, you dah kena mention. Contohnya kat sini dia dah highlight maximum of 3 person per group. Okay, kat situ pun dia dah highlight minimum 8 person per villa. Maksudnya kalau you pergi seorang 2 orang, it's not valid lah for this type of package.
Doktor nak tanya satu persoalan.
Yap.
Hello.
Sure, continue. Ya, siapa tadi? Ya.
Doktor, nak tanya yang 35 packs tu dia group ke? per group 35%, it's known as 30. Doktor,
Ya, ya.
doktor nak tanya yang 35 packs tu dia berdasarkan group member ke?
35 packs ni you ambil mana? Sekejap. Ini daripada package team
Yang
building.
35 packs tu hari tu nak tanya je benda ni, nak clarify yang hari tu costing calculation tu, yang 35 pack tu.
Okay.
Dia berdasarkan group member ke atau macam mana yang 35 packs tu? Package ke?
Is it your question ni relate dengan group assignment ke ataupun apa yang kita buat tutorial last week?
Yes doktor. Since I tengok just now doktor illustrate about the packaging also, saya punya benda tu trigger kepada nak tanya yang 35 packs tu. Yang last week doktor explain tu yang calculation costing of calculation for tour packages.
Okay. That one focus on, yes, it's based on the numbers of tourist ataupun customer yang deal dengan your company. Contoh macam last week tu saya bagi memang purposely bagi the numbers of 35 packs. Okay. But basically contohnya let's say kalau in one bus the maximum numbers of passenger that allow in one bus is 38 packs for example. Okay. So tiba-tiba there are customer ask for a package to 40 packs for example. Okay. So you as a tour operator, macam mana you nak advise your customer? Sedangkan bus is only maximum allow is 38. But they request for package for 40 packs. Nampak tak? Dia punya issue.
Saya baru faham. Thank you so much doctor for the great explanation.
Right? So, therefore, bila you create a package, okay, ini isu-isu yang normally happen in any tour operators ataupun travel agency. When you design your tour package, sometimes you have to consider the whole structure of the product ataupun service that you are going to offer to your customers. Okay, macam yang saya mention tadi. Kalau kata tour kalau kata bus tu is allow only 38 packs, and then your customer request for 40 packs, you have to advise your customer. From that the only numbers of passengers allow is 38 packs. So how about another two? If they are willing to pay extra or to add another transport, for example, they are going to using flight, for example, ataupun they are going to rent another car, for example, then you can start calculate the tour package. Okay? Do not calculate the tour package without acknowledge the number of passengers that allow in any transportation service. Alright? Yang lain clear? Boleh faham tak? Sebab yang ini you kena betul-betul faham because bila you nak arrange tour package, you have to know basically what is the numbers or the maximum numbers of passengers that allow for any types of transportation service. Kalau charter flight tu, you kena tengok lah numbers of available seat yang available on that particular date yang you nak provide. Okay? So setakat tu ada apa-apa nak tanya? Semua okay?
Okey doktor.
Okay doktor.
So now, ini 3 benefits travel on group. Macam saya cakap tadi lah, ada kelebihan travel by group dan ada kelebihan juga travel solo ataupun free independent traveler. Cuma in this case, for this course lah, bila you nak keluar untuk bekerja nanti ataupun maybe perhaps some of you akan join any travel agency kan, tour operator nanti, ataupun you are quite interested in this industry, for example. Even you are hospitality ataupun wellness student, you can apply for travel agency internship at the first stage. Sebab bila you pergi ke tour operator ataupun travel agency ni, you akan learn a lot of things related to this industry. Especially, that's why saya selalu recommend to the students kalau you nak pergi LI, find any tour operators especially yang offer inbound, outbound. In fact, kalau Muslim tu, you cari tour operator yang offer juga for Umrah and Hajj service. Sebab bila you cari that particular tour operator, you can do and you can learn a lot from their experience as well. Okay, kalau you, how to find this particular company, you can go direct to Motec punya website. As I mentioned at the first week punya topik tu dulu. Okay, when you go and search for any tour operators yang offer IO, I inbound, O outbound, UH tu yang Umrah and Hajj. Okay, jadi bila you tahu dan you dapat this type of tour operator, then go and get all the experience during your internship punya program. Okay, so back to our business. This is the 3 benefits travel on a group. Yang pertama macam saya cakap tadi lah, bulk in buying. Maksudnya bila you beli package ataupun bila you apply for group package ni, you akan beli dalam bentuk yang borong. Right? Where the benefits of buying a bulk ni, the reduction is passed on to the customer. Okay, definitely lah they will give you a discount or they will offer you better price rather than free independent travelers. Number 2 is wide choices. Okay, you ada banyak pilihan. You have few types of contohnya hotel that you can choose. You can choose or you can ask for rearrange your itinerary, for example. So meaning to say, when you have a group package, normally tour operators they will definitely give the priority to group package. Okay, sebab biasanya group package ni dia akan untung banyak. For example, kalau you perasan group tour costing yang kita buat last week. Let's say dalam bila you buat calculation macam tu, in one package tu, you untung RM40, for example. You just imagine kalau in one group, you offer to 35 pack, 35 kali RM40. So in one group tu, you dah untung berapa ratus. Just imagine kalau in 1 month, you boleh jual that type of package kepada 5 ke 10 group yang berlainan. Okay, this is how they get the profit from the tour package. But normally for your information, untuk group package ni, tak pernah ada tour operators yang ambil untung bawah RM100. Normally is more than RM100. That's why profit margin dia, they will count up to 40% profit margin. 30 to 40 is normal. Okay. Itulah cara tour operators dan travel agency gain the profit from their business. Okay. Number 3, dia punya benefit is no hassle element. Everything is arranged for the travelers. Maksudnya bila you go by group, everything will be arranged by tour operator, tour guide, tourist guide, tour leader. So everything will be arranged especially for your group. Okay. And they will give the priority for any request from your group. Okay, so ini basically kenapa orang nak pergi by group. Sebab tu kalau macam package umrah, haji, they will offer you a group by group. Jadi by having a group package ni, everything will be conducted by tour operators. Okay, right. Tadi kita discuss 2 types of tour package kan, group package and free independent travelers. Now, the third types of package adalah kita panggil escort or tour package, coach touring. Escort ni Which travelers are escorted in a group to various destinations versus self-guided tour where the tourist is on their own. Escort tour also known as guided tour ataupun package tour. Ada setengah tour operators, dia consider escort or coach touring ni, okay, yang ni, escort and coach touring ni, bermaksud dia by group, okay, package tu by group, tapi dia perlu ada orang yang escort. Dia sama dengan konsep group package tadi. Tapi group package not necessarily or compulsory to have a tour guide ataupun escort. You can have your package ataupun your activity cuma arranged by tour operator. Tapi for escort and tour coach touring ni, in your group of travelers tu tadi, activity you akan di escort, akan di escort, akan dikelilingi ataupun akan dijaga, okay, dikawal oleh pihak yang bertanggungjawab. Biasa dia panggil escort or coach touring, ataupun ada orang yang akan coachkan you ke kat mana you nak pergi, kat mana pergi dulu, kat mana yang kemudian dan sebagainya. Okay, itu maksud escort and coach touring. Number 4 adalah kita panggil incentive tour. Okay, yang ni yang you kena betul-betul faham. Apa beza group package dengan tour? Okay, dia pergi by group juga incentive tour ni, sebab dia incentive tour ni dia tak ada individually. Okay, normally dia akan pergi by incentive, by group. Tapi apa maksud incentive adalah a reward subset of an incentive program, recognition or loyalty program. Contohnya macam you jadi agent insurance lah. You achieve specific target which the company will reward you with 4 days, 5 days travel package to China, for example, Dubai, Turkey, for example. Okay, so this is what we call it incentive tour. Ataupun maybe perhaps you jadi agent jual produk kosmetik. When you achieve the specific target, company will reward you with specific tour package in order to recognize ataupun reward you based on the KPI ataupun sales yang you dah achieve. Okay, so ini dia panggil incentive tour. Okay, yang seterusnya adalah independent tour dan yang terakhir adalah hosted tour. Okay, for your information guys, ini adalah word-word yang you kena faham, because sometimes ada tour operator ataupun travel agency dia gunakan different term, different kita panggil ni lah different term ni. But basically in reality, practicality, when we talk about package tour package ni, there are only two types of tour package dia, sama ada group package ataupun independent, free independent travelers ataupun solo package. Okay, so maksudnya kalau you buat escort pun you pergi by group, kalau you buat incentive pun you pergi by group, kalau you buat hosted tour pun you akan pergi by group. Cuma the difference is the objective ataupun the approach of the package tu sahaja yang berbeza. Okay, kalau you tengok yang sebelum ni incentive tour, objektif dia lain. Okay, kalau you tengok pada hosted tour kat sini, hosted tour ni beza dia adalah where local ground operate become to the host to receive the guest at the destination. Normally hosted tour ni dia contohnya kita buat conference ataupun you do something program at other states or other country. Contohnya lah you buat apa kita panggil ni, conference dekat China for example, dekat Beijing. Jadi organizer yang di Beijing tu akan organize hosted tour pada semua peserta yang datang for conference tersebut. Okay. Jadi China tu yang Beijing punya urus dia tu, organizer tu, become a host tour for your group package. Okay, kalau diorang pula datang buat conference di KL, maka organizer di KL ni yang jadi hosted tour. Okay, kalau independent tour ni samalah macam free independent travelers. Okay, tapi independent tour kita lebih refer dia kepada backpackers. Okay, yang ini backpacker. Sebab independent tour ni, dia takkan ada kaitan apa-apa dengan tour operator. Everything they buy their own, they arrange sendiri, and everything organized and planning based on or according to their interest and specific needs. Right? Okay, saya kata ada apa-apa nak tanya? Ataupun ada yang confused? Semua okay?
Okay, Doktor.
Doktor.
Okay, ini adalah free independent traveller. Okay, macam saya cakap tadi lah, ini yang lebih detail dia lah. Okay, now let me ask you. When we talk about package tour versus independent travellers, apa yang you faham? Let me call your name lah, senang sebab saya tak nampak muka. Hafizul Amir ada? Hafizul Amir ni dah hantar tu belum individual assignment eh? Sebab saya rasa saya tak tick hantar ni.
Tak ada Hafizul Amir dalam list ni, nama dalam kelas.
Dia tak ada? Dia tak datang ke ataupun dia memang tak wujud?
Hafizul Azim.
Hafizul Amir bin Hamzah. Ya, sekarang dah more than week 6, which you tak boleh nak drop tau. Kalau you drop di subject, tapi nama you still ada dalam list, this is quite terrible for you lah. Because supposed to be, kalau you drop, dia dah tak ada dalam list. Because this list ni saya print on 24th of November. Quite new lah, quite recent lah. Saya baru print je attendance ni. Tapi yang kenal dia, please ask him to contact me sebab dia pun individual assignment pun tak hantar. Muhammad Faizal Ishak. Apa dia? Muhammad Faizal Ishak ada?
Pun tak ada dalam kelas ni.
Pun tak ada juga. Dia ni pun assignment, individual assignment pun tak hantar ni. Tolong tanya dia. Dan number 3, Muhammad Mustafa Juri. Ada tak dalam ni? Mustafa bin Juri. Tak ada juga kan?
Tak ada. Tak ada nama dia dah ni.
Tak ada juga. Ni ada 3 orang ni dia tak submit langsung individual assignment. Saya takut kalau you drop, nama you still ada dalam list saya. Dan bila nama you ada, you assume that you already drop. At the end of the day, you akan dapat fail. Then you have to repeat ataupun it will affect your CGPA. Even though this is elective, kalau you fail subjek saya, you kena repeat another subject lah untuk fulfill 2 requirement for elective. Tapi kalau let's say you kata, oh saya dah ambil 2 elective, yang ni saya dah drop, tapi nama you still ada dalam list saya. So please get the proof that you already dropped and go and ask the faculty punya office. Okay, sebab nama 3 orang ni, kalau siapa yang kenal dia, make sure ask him to contact me personally. Okay, sebab nama dia orang 3 orang ni memang tak submit langsung individual assignment. Right, so okay lah. At least nasib baik saya panggil juga nama ni. Saya tahu kalau ada something yang pelik ni, saya tak habis lagi semak attendance sebab saya nak tengok siapa yang betul-betul wujud ataupun dan siapa yang tak wujud langsung. Okay, sebab saya takut jadi kes-kes macam ni lah. You assume that you drop tapi basically nama you still ada. Right? Okay, one more thing. My question is, either all inclusive and independent trip, which is better for you? Ini antara soalan-soalan yang saya akan masukkan dalam final assessment. Okay, saya nakkan jawapan tu apa kita panggil based on your experience ataupun based on your understanding lah. There is no right or wrong answer. Kalau you jawab all inclusive is better for me, nothing wrong. Kalau you jawab independent trip nothing wrong. Okay. Boleh? Saya bagi contoh-contoh antara soalan-soalan yang jenis-jenis soalan yang saya suka tanya. Saya tak akan tanya design, macam soalan-soalan dalam tutorial tu sekadar nak bagi you familiar je lah. Tapi basically for final exam or final assessment, saya akan bagi soalan yang quite tricky sikit. Because that one is open book. Jadi you boleh buka je buku, you carilah jawapan dan you jawablah according to your experience ataupun you punya understanding. Okay? Right. So now this is attendance for today's class. I'll give you 5 minutes untuk you scan attendance. Okay, sekarang 10.50 saya akan close attendance. Okay, you boleh scan attendance dulu. Semua orang boleh scan ke attendance? Tak ada yang masalah?
Boleh doktor, boleh. Boleh doktor.
Doktor, saya tak boleh scan.
Kenapa you tak boleh scan?
Tak tahulah. Saya tak detect.
Cuba try lagi sekali.
Tak boleh juga doktor.
Tak boleh juga.
Tak boleh.
Ramai tak yang tak boleh? Ada lagi tak yang tak boleh? Okay, leave your name and matric number dekat chat room. Nama Muhammad Mustafa ni, saya rasa tak ada lah dalam Google Classroom ni. Siapa kenal dia? Memang dia ada ke? Dia wujud ke?
Siapa?
Muhammad Mustafa Juri.
Dia SCH.
Nama dia pun tak ada dalam Google Classroom. Saya tak tahu dia wujud ke tak.
Sekejap, saya try check.
Kalau siapa kenal dia, tolong tanya dia. Tadi Muhammad Faizal tadi dia ada respon dah dekat saya. Cuma sekarang ni yang Muhammad Hafizul Amir. Saya Hafizul Amir ni dalam Google Classroom ada, tapi individual assignment missing, memang dia tak hantar. So saya tak tahu, kalau basically kalau you join Google Classroom ni, you wujud lah. Apa yang left group, saya tak boleh nak approve sebab saya tengah ni screen. Jadi once you left group, you tak ada attendance, so yang tu saya memang tak boleh nak tolong lah. Alright. Okay. So let me continue our topic, the concept of tour package. Yang tadi semua okay
Okey doktor, okey.
Okey doktor.
Alright. Okay. Now we continue for the next topic, concept of tour package. Okay. Kita dah tengok jenis-jenis tour package. Now we go to the apa benda-benda ataupun konsep yang wujud dalam tour package. Okay. Alright. Yang pertama, single country package tour. Okay. Ini yang pertama. Okay. Single country package tour organized for only one country. Contohnya package tu dibuat di Malaysia sahaja. Okay. So maksudnya 4 konsep tour package ni. Yang pertama, satu country saja. Number 2, area tour package organized for visiting more than one country belonging to a common area. Macam tadi yang saya bagi package yang Singapore Malaysian tu. Okay? Itu antara contoh area tour package. Maksudnya organized untuk melawat beberapa country, more than one country belonging to a common area. Belonging to a common area ni maksudnya package tu ataupun apa dipanggil organizer tu adalah milik salah satu tempat yang you pergi tu. Contoh macam kalau you buat package visiting Singapore and Malaysian for 5 days 5 days 4 nights, 5 hari 4 malam, right? But the package is belong to Malaysian punya tour operator ataupun agent. Okay, itu maksud tour package. Yang ketiga, single city tour package. Yang ini kita cakap pasal country. Number 3 kita cakap pasal city. Contohnya melawat Kuala Lumpur. That's it, Kuala Lumpur je. Kalau number 4, 2 city tour package untuk 2 bandar. Atau perhaps mungkin ada package yang buat more than 2 city. Contohnya melawat Kuala Lumpur, Johor Bahru, Melaka for example. Jadi dia juga panggil multiple tour package. Multiple city tour package. Okay, depends. Tapi ada sesetengah tour operators dia tak prefer untuk buat more than two ataupun multiple city sebab it's quite challenging for them to organize that trip ataupun group package tu. Okay. So ini adalah 4 elemen ataupun 4 konsep tour package yang commonly organized by tour operators di negara kita, in fact all over the world. Okay. Okay, now we talk about demand for tour package. Demand ni permintaan lah, kebanyakannya berlaku sama ada di dalam Malaysia ataupun di luar Malaysia, di luar negara. Okay. Yang pertama, demand terhadap full inclusive tour. Fully inclusive tour ni, a tour package or travel plan to the destination with predetermined service and a total cost. Fully inclusive. Perkataan fully pun you dah tahu. Maksudnya, bila you create package ni, dia adalah package yang all in. Okay. Fully inclusive ni sama juga dengan perkataan all in. Okay. Semua dah termasuk. Makanan, minuman, transport, penginapan, sightseeing, tour guide, insurance, everything. Okay. The package is usually already planned, ready to go with every travel service component engaged and literally waiting to be delivered. Okay. Yang ini memang yang paling dapat demand lah. Kalau yang kedua ni, inclusive hybrid tour. Kita tak cakap pasal kereta je, kereta hybrid. Package pun ada package hybrid. Okay. A variant of the FIT package also offer the predictability and service integrity expected at destination. The tourist is privileged to alter the tour element. Maksud hybrid ni, dia inclusive tour ni sama mana-mana. When we talk about inclusive tour, dia akan termasuk semua komponen yang diperlukan. Maksudnya bila turis tu bayar 3,000, 2,000, 1,000, all inclusive. Dia tak perlu keluarkan apa-apa except duit for shopping. Okay, itu maksud inclusive. Tapi kalau beza dia dengan full board. Okay, you go back to the definition of full board, dia lain. Okay, full board only for required element request by the customer. Tapi kalau inclusive ni, all in, dah termasuk semua sekali. Tapi apa beza hybrid? Maksudnya you boleh rearrange ataupun readjust your activity ataupun your package yang you dah provide kepada customer you. Okay, itu dipanggil inclusive hybrid tour. Number 3, tailor-made tour. Yang ni perkataan tailor-made ni, I hope that you already familiar. Okay, maksudnya prepare tu according to the express demand of the tourist ataupun the market needs of the tourist. Okay, tailor-made. You buat according to tourist punya demand, tourist punya expectation. Number 4 is regular tour package. Regular tour package ni adalah package yang dah ready made. Dia buat dah. Anytime je orang nak, dia cuma book bilik, book flight, book activity lain, then you can go travel. Tapi dia tak akan modify apa-apa according to apa yang dia dah buat. Okay? Tapi regular tour package ni adalah specific needs of the interest the target market. Maksudnya dia buat according to viral punya ataupun perkataan viral lah. Ataupun yang trending. Apa yang trending sekarang. Jadi dia buat regular tour package. Dia bukan buat according to specific customer punya request, tapi dia buat according to the trending ataupun apa yang tengah in trend sekarang. Itu kita panggil regular tour package. Okay? So maksudnya dalam kes ni, bila you bekerja ataupun you berada in this industry, tour, travel and tourism industry, so you have to know what are the demand in order before you can design the tour package. That's why out of all kategori yang saya bagi for your group project tu, I hope that you can study what are the demand based on the tema ataupun kategori yang you dapat. For example, when we talk about island tourism, for example, honeymoon tourism for example. Okay, apa lagi? Banyak. So you kena tengok what is in trend. And the package that you are going to design tu, adakah you nak buat package tu full board package, all inclusive package, ataupun you nak buat regular package. So it depend on you as a tour operator ataupun tour executive ni untuk decide and untuk study. Untuk propose apakah package-package yang you rasa can be ataupun dapat demand when you publish ataupun when you promote your package. Okay? So ini 4 demand for tour package. In order untuk you formulate the tour package, ada 3 elemen ataupun 3 perkara yang you perlu ambil kira. Yang pertama, inclusion of elements of service with markup. Maksudnya bila you kira harga untuk transport, bila you kira harga untuk meals, makan, minum dan sebagainya, you kena consider berapa persen extra ataupun profit yang you have to take. Dia bukan panggil profit lah, dia panggil markup tu in order untuk cover. For example, kalau you booking January for example, tapi you nak travel on October for example, perhaps in between of January to October, supplier can simultaneously increase or adjust their room rate ataupun product rates dia tu according to condition. So macam keadaan sekarang lah, you booking last year, tiba-tiba this year pandemic. So might be they have a few things that might be changed according to this condition. Jadi benda tu markup tu to assist you in order to prevent you from having having a loss ataupun get the effect from any issue yang berlaku before you bring the tourist to travel. Okay, that one number 2. Number 2 is promotion of tour package directly to customer or through retail travel agency. You boleh formulate the tour package ni melalui direct to customer. Okay, you can go contohnya your company, tour operator you pergi directly to any company. Contohnya pergi PNB, pergi bank Islam, pergi bank mana untuk you promote sendiri you punya package. Promote tu dia akan jadi of course group package, at the same time dia akan jadi incentive package or dia akan jadi kita panggil all in punya package. Jadi in order for you untuk orang recognize you, orang tahu nama company you, package you and etc., you have to go and promote directly to your customer ataupun you menggunakan retail travel agency. Okay. Number 3, elements yang you perlu ambil kira adalah all the suppliers ni, hotel, resort and etc. ni, you kena ambil kira the contract rate. Okay. Bila you nak formulate the tour package, okay, macam saya pernah explain before this, bila you nak formulate any group tour package ni, make sure that you get the contract rate from your suppliers. Contohnya macam hotel, get the specific rate, which kalau you travel on October pun, you booking on January, your suppliers cannot simply change the rate, increase or reduce, okay lah, cannot increase the rate, okay, without getting the acknowledgement from your side. Okay, therefore it is important for you to have a contract rate between you, customer, as a tour operator ni, dengan you punya supplier. Okay, itu yang kita panggil dia punya distribution change tadi. Okay, so ini 3 elemen yang you perlu faham bila you nak formulate the tour package. Okay, yang ini how to scheduling lah. Kalau you nak buat package tu, period ni is based on you punya company punya planning. Macam you buat what we call it Gantt chart ataupun you buat timetable lah. Bila you nak negotiate contract dengan suppliers, bila you first kali you kena study the market trend, macam dia kalah in trend apa benda yang tengah trending sekarang, and then you kena negotiate contract, you kena dapatkan costing, publish, booking, confirmkan booking, sampailah you dapat review daripada you punya customer. Okay. So bila you buat package, timeline you mestilah at least 6 months before. Jangan pula nak buat group package tapi nak travel next month for example. Okay, definitely harga supplier semua akan jadi mahal sebab you booking immediately. Okay, sebab tu banyak travel agency planning dia adalah 6 months to 1 year ahead before you propose for travelling period. Okay. Alright. So setakat tu okay. Can we continue? Is it my voice clearly?
Okey, doktor.
Okay, doktor.
Doktor.
Alright. Kita dah sampai ke last topic, methods of planning tour package. Okay. Bila you dah tahu jenis-jenis package yang you can offer to your customer, and then you know how to formulate the package, how to design your group, your package for your tour operator. Now, the question is how would we go about organizing the tour package? Dia ada beberapa step yang ataupun methods untuk you nak plan your tour package. Okay? So 7 step ni pernah masuk dalam final exam lah, last few semester. Okay? Normally you are going to discuss on 7 steps, 7 methods ni. Tapi daripada 7 methods yang kita akan discuss lepas ni, most probably you dah buat pun salah satu package yang sedia ada tu. Okay? So we go one by one. Okay, ini 7 step yang you kena follow sebelum sebelum you betul-betul boleh produce ataupun your package is ready to be promote to the customer. Yang pertama, you kena buat market research. Yang kedua, you kena determine dulu destinations, dates and providers. Number 3, you kena set up contract. Number 4, calculate the cost tour. Number 5, you have to produce a brochure. Number 6, advertise the tour. And number 7, issuing ticket. For your information, untuk your punya group assignment tu, basically, apa yang you akan lalui dan you kena submit ni adalah sampai step yang kelima saja. Okay? So itu group project you. Jadi untuk advertise tour ni setakat you submit lah, yang ni kita panggil submission. Tapi either your package tu can be sold ataupun tak is depend on the value of your package. Sebab tu lepas you habis study nanti, for example kalau you get into this industry, you can propose your package yang you buat tu. Because might be possible, you boleh jadi freelance agent which you jual sendiri package yang you buat. Okay? So this is where 7 steps yang you have to follow basically untuk you nak produce ataupun sehingga ke step yang ke-7 ni, maksudnya barulah you dapat run that package tu selepas you jual kepada customer you. Okay? Now we go one by one in each of the steps. Okay, step yang pertama adalah market research. Benda ni benda yang simple lah. Saya rasa semua orang kena buat dan semua orang kena faham. Yang pertama, you kena study economic research, the demand dia, consumer dia, competitors research, product research. Maksudnya, contoh kalau you nak buat tentang honeymoon package, you kena study economic research ni. Adakah orang di Malaysia ni willing to travel after they getting married? Okay, so economic. And then, in terms of economic, dia affordable untuk travel, untuk spend their money to have a honeymoon. Okay? Kalau you nak buat, when we talk about honeymoon, ataupun you nak buat, ikutlah jenis umrah untuk pergi outbound contohnya. Kalau kita cakap pasal exchange rate, adakah negara kita mampu, rakyat negara kita mampu to travel to the country which the value of exchange rate dia tinggi? Contohnya macam kalau you pergi ke UK, okay, pound sterling dia, kalau katalah RM1 kita sama equal dengan 7 dolar dia, euro dia, adakah kita willing untuk travel? So ini economic research yang you kena study dulu. Demand dia, adakah orang nak pergi, berapa ramai orang willing to spend, consumer, umur berapa, apa semua, competitors, ada tak company lain yang buat the same package macam yang you buat? Product research, you kena study komponen dia, supplier you, mampu tak dia nak provide the whole element yang you nak. Okay, ini yang kita panggil market research. Banyak lagi ni, research, sale, distribution, promotional, effectiveness of the research method. Okay, maksudnya bila you betul-betul study, you buat, sebab tu, normally bila you pergi internship dekat mana-mana tour operator, kalau tour operator tu memang established, memang dia akan buat market research, tapi mungkin tak sedetail lah macam kita buat project, final year project. Maksudnya you just buat for the sake of to get the information. Normally cara yang paling simple untuk you buat market research adalah through Google Form je lah. You just buat simple question, ask people to fill up your question, and then you get the response from the customer. Okay, itu je cara yang paling simple lah untuk you buat market research. Okay, step number two to determine the destination hotel capacity. Yang ni adalah based on you can obtain the whole information. Tempat mana, hotel apa yang sesuai, berapa capacity dia, date bila. That's why as I mentioned, bila you nak prepare or you nak design the tour package, at least 6 months ahead. Okay, do not less than 6 months. So, bila you buat dia less than 6 months, the price room rate ke transportation and etc. dia akan jadi quite higher than compared yang after 6 months. Okay. Number 3, you set up a contract with the principal. Yang ni benda yang paling penting. Always remember, kalau you tak nak kerja dengan tour operator pun, you nak buat freelance package contohnya, you set up the contract dengan supplier. Contoh you build up you punya SSM sendiri, nama company you A to Z enterprise, you can sell the package without having the travel the business of travel agency. So, bila you nak declare your company as a travel agency, you kena get the SSM dan juga license daripada MOTAC. Yang tu nanti kita akan further discuss on I think next 2 weeks tentang how to establish the travel agency. Okay. So back to the setup of the contract dengan principal ni, it is important for you to have a contract. As I mentioned just now, kalau you tak ada contract dengan you punya suppliers, it is possible untuk kalau suppliers ni change the hotel rate, transportation rate according to their value. Okay, sebab tu bila you dah buat harga for your tour package, dia akan simply boleh berubah because you didn't set up the contract with the suppliers. Right? Number 4, you calculate the tour package. Macam last week kita dah pun buat. Ini contoh how to calculate the tour package. Right? Number 5, bila you dah siap design your punya costing, dah keluar harga macam ni contohnya, dan you dah tahu dah the element yang akan ada dalam you punya package, then you set up your brochure. Brochure ni ataupun pamphlet ni adalah something that you can announce to your customer. You can promote to your customer, you can tell to the customer that, hey, this is our product, this is our service, this is the price that you have to pay for us to offer the service to you. Okay, so that's why dalam brochure ni you kena masukkan what is included in the price, what is itinerary, booking condition, 1 or 2 pictures to attract the attention. Yang ni yang you kena buat this week punya tutorial. Okay, you dah sampai ke tahap you have to produce the brochure. Okay. So untuk yang selebihnya dalam brochure ni perlu ada apa maklumat, what are the information that customer should know related to your package. Be precise, short but attractive. So brochure ni word dia adalah attractive. Okay, you gunalah any kinds of kita panggil apps ke, using any design whatsoever. Jadi dia lebih atraktif untuk you attract your customer. Okay. Ini komponen-komponen yang ada dalam tour package yang macam kita discuss daripada awal tadi lah. Okay. Step yang ke-6 barulah you advertise you punya campaign you punya brochure you. This is all the type how you are going to promote your package. Okay. Sama ada you nak guna di media medium social medium ke, mass media ke, you nak guna online offline ke, it's up to you. Okay, how you are going to advertise. Kalau you tengok di previous last few years ago, Normally tour operators we focus on the producing the brochure ataupun pamphlet during travel mata fair ataupun convention ke apa-apa. But nowadays using the online punya mechanism ni, I think you don't have to spend too much for promotion because everything you can post to Facebook, IG. In fact you can create your own story there are a lot of things, Facebook ad dan sebagainya. Jadi you can have even the Shopee, Lazada and any types of provider. Jadi for the advertising campaign ni memang definitely last few years kita spend a lot of money for advertising, radio, TV dan sebagainya. But nowadays I think a lot of apps ataupun medium yang dah free, jadi you can utilize the whole function of the promotion punya platform, right? Third adalah documentation. Documentation ni part yang paling critical which you have to look into each of the elements yang ada before you nak travel. Okay, kalau lah you buat package to outbound, you are required to prepare for passport. That's the first thing yang you kena prepare. Then the others is contohnya medical punya report, itu kalau international. That's why kalau you in your list, you have to prepare a list of required documents to travel domestic, for example, and then a list of documents to travel overseas. Okay, supaya you tidak tertinggal dan you tidak terlepas pandang for each of the elements ataupun required documents before your customers can travel to the specific destination. Right? So itu adalah 7 step how you are going or what are the methods to produce the tour package. Right? So next is the advantage of package tour. Okay? Kebaikan atau kelebihan bila you buat package tour ni, of course, bila you untung sikit tapi kuantiti banyak. Right? Because you jual by package. It depends on how creative you are in designing your package. Ada setengah tour operators, dia look into what are in trend ataupun what are the demand from the customer. Okay, especially contohnya, kalau you nak create package meant for youth generation, for example, orang-orang muda, they are not prefer to stay at 5-star hotel, even 4-star hotel. They are now looking for the unique hotel yang ada sekarang, yang available. Contohnya stay dekat dalam macam benda yang bulat tu, pipe. Okay, contoh macam Jelawang pipe resort contohnya. So they are looking for a unique types of accommodation. In fact, dia lebih suka stay dekat dalam cabin, for example. Okay. So this is something that you have to look into the difference or the demand according to the specific target of your customer. Right? So ini antara beberapa advantage of a tour package. Okay, ini pun lagi dia cheaper than other tours. Okay, of course lah sebab bila you beli bundle, succeed in turning the travel agency into year-round business. Sebab tour operator ataupun travel agency ni dia hanya bertahan kerana group package. Okay, kalau setakat nak harapkan free independent travelers ataupun solo travelers, they cannot stabilize their business. Okay, so memang tour operators ni is meant for group package sahaja. Kalau orang yang bukan group package ni, jarang lah they are looking for tour operators ataupun travel agency. Okay, so ini you kena ambil kira semua perkara sebelum you betul-betul nak prepare for your promoting your group package ataupun tour package. Kalau disadvantage of tour package pun adalah there is no such package tour which has all destination the personal choice. Maksudnya tak akan ada lah sebuah travel agency tu ataupun tour operators tu dia prepare the whole structure ataupun the whole destination all over the world. Kalau lah dia buat package ke Dubai, maybe Dubai je lah, tak ada lah sampai ke tempat-tempat yang very rural punya area. So basically package ni pun, tour package ni dia depends on the trend. Macam saya cakap tadi lah, kalau package tu bukan demand ataupun there are only few segmentation so they are not going to provide that package. Tour package juga not equally be interested in all the places. Okay, contohnya, you buat group package ni 30 orang. Daripada 30 orang, tak semua orang suka pergi ke tempat shopping. Tapi diorang kena pergilah follow because that are included in the itinerary. Tapi ada juga package yang you buat pergi ke museum, pergi ke tempat-tempat bersejarah. Tapi tak semua orang suka. Jadi yang tak suka tu they have to follow because it's already stated in the itinerary. That's why the disadvantage is dalam 30 orang ataupun bila you buat you punya group package, make sure that all members in your group having the same interest, having the same hobbies. Kalau memang package yang you nak offer tu main for historical punya destination, so looking for those who are interested for culture and heritage punya site. Tapi kalau orang yang memang totally go for shopping, maka you create lah package main for shopping, shopping punya traveller. Okay, so itu maksudnya tak semua, not equally be interested. Number 3, tourists cannot change the itinerary. Memang ini satu disadvantage of package tour. You cannot simply, kita pergi sini dulu lah, baru balik kan kita pergi. No. Because tour group package, they already designed meant for this itinerary, meant for this package. So you cannot simply change the itinerary as provided by tour operators ataupun travel agency. Okay, ini dia punya some sort of the procedure. Yang ni you can read by your own. Okay. So setakat tu, we already discussed this 4 main topics for today. We already discussed on the definitions of tour package, types of tour package. We also discussed on the concept of tour package, and the last one tadi kita discuss on the methods of tour package. Do you have any questions or something that might be unclear for you? Before we go for the instruction for your tutorial, ada apa-apa nak tanya?
Doktor, nak tanya pasal group assignment sebenarnya.
Okay.
First, untuk mula-mula sekali, contoh macam group saya dapat wellness tourism. So, nak buat untuk seluruh contoh lah. Kami ada satu company, one company. So akan divide untuk 8 negeri. So untuk 8 negeri tu akan ada satu package lah setiap negeri tu. Okay, lepas tu contoh satu negeri tu kat Penang contoh, kita orang kena buat itinerary dulu ataupun kena pastikan dulu apa yang kena ada, komponen-komponen yang ada dalam package dulu lah. Maksudnya baru boleh buat itinerary. Okay, betul. Right, untuk group assignment, saya bagi contoh since dia tanya pasal wellness tourism. Sama juga, it's meant for the whole group. Okay, satu package, satu kategori, divide by 8 group members tu, so you divide according to the state. Okay. Jadi seorang akan ambil satu negeri according to one category. Okay. Contoh macam you cakap, setiap seorang ambil satu negeri, semua buat tentang wellness package, wellness tourism package. Jadi apa yang you perlu buat at first kali, macam yang kita study daripada awal, first kali you identify what are the product or services available at your area. Contoh kalau you nak buat dekat KL, when we talk about wellness tourism ni, apa yang available di KL, di Pahang, di Johor for example. Jadi you cari dulu produk apa. Bila you dah cari produk ataupun services apa yang you nak include dalam you punya package, then you start develop your itinerary. That's why saya buat sequence of topic tu relate dengan your group project. So bila you dah buat itinerary, you dah susun, dah apa semua, then you start calculate the package. Okay, contohnya you nak menginap di hotel mana, you nak buat aktiviti apa yang perlu, cost yang you perlu tanggung dan sebagainya. Then you start calculate the package. Bila dah keluar harga package, last kali you design brochure ataupun you design your package. Okay, contoh dalam design the package tu dia akan included semualah, itinerary pun ada. Tapi dalam bila outcome yang last sekali dalam group project adalah you have to produce a brochure. Basically dalam brochure tu simple je, benda-benda yang penting je you masukkan. Tapi together with your brochure tu, setiap seorang you kena lampirkanlah fully itinerary dia. How you calculate the costing dia. Okay, 3 benda tu kena ada. Maksudnya you punya itinerary planning you, how you calculate the tour package you, dan last kali you design a brochure, a package tu. Okay, according to your specific category ataupun tema yang you buat tadi. And you have to tell me what are the uniqueness of your package as compared to other package. Even though at the same category. Contohnya macam you wellness, you buat di Selangor. So apa bezanya, apa uniknya package you compare dengan package kawan-kawan you yang lain. Okay, that differences tu nanti akan saya comparekan untuk menunjukkan this is the marks for your group. Saya faham apa yang you buat ni adalah individually but you have to combine in a group. Sebab bila saya bagi group group assignment dalam keadaan virtual ni, dia susah nak nilai sama ada orang buat ataupun tak buat. So the best thing is everybody prepare your own but you combine. So daripada semua hasil yang you buat tadi, if adalah seorang ataupun 2 orang yang memang get the lowest mark out of your group members tu, saya akan buat prorate mark. Jadi contohnya 8 orang tu out of 10. Setiap seorang ada yang dapat 7, ada yang dapat 5, ada yang dapat 10, ada yang dapat 8. Jadi saya akan totalkan markah, divide by 8 dan this is total marks for your group members. Right? Itu cara penilaian for your group punya project. Is it clear?
Clear doktor. Satu lagi untuk type of tour
Doktor ada
package
satu
tu kan.
pertanyaan.
Siap. Okay, continue tadi siapa?
Okay. Contoh untuk type of tour package tu, kan doktor cakap doktor lagi prefer untuk group tour package. More than 3 people kan. Maksudnya kalau untuk wellness tourism ni dia lebih kepada leisure, dia nak leisure sikit. So kalau buat 8 orang untuk package tu sesuai tak doktor? Maksudnya night event lah.
Untuk numbers of untuk customer untuk numbers of customer tadi, dia depends on type of you punya category package you. Contoh macam wellness, dia tak sesuai lah pergi sampai 30 orang. It's possible 5 orang, 10 orang, 8 orang tu not more than 10 tu okey lah. Okay, yang tu depends. Kalau contoh honeymoon, takkan nak pergi honeymoon sampai 30 orang kan. So you buat package untuk honeymoon, dia lah husband and wife dia. Okay, kalau macam you buat package education, education tu okey lah you nak bawa 30 orang. Jadi numbers of customer tu depends on the category of your package tu tadi. Okay, yang tu saya open. Saya bagi peluang you yang decide berapa orang maximum dan berapa orang minimum. Depend on the category of your package.
Okay. Thank you doktor.
Alright.
Doktor.
Yep.
Okay doktor. So total untuk kalau kita create satu blog tu, dalam blog tu total ada 3 komponen yang saya faham lah. Sample of itinerary, costing calculation dengan tour and travel packages.
Betul.
Thank you.
1 orang. Jadi kalau 8 orang, 8 ada you buat apa dia panggil? You buat folder lah kan? Maksudnya dalam setiap orang.
Ya, betul.
Jadi ada 8 orang punya
sample of itinerary, cost calculator semua 888 dalam setiap blog tu dia ada subtopik. Macam tu.
Tapi you buat dia dari according to individual lah. Contohnya member 1 dalam tu ada sampel itinerary, costing, lepas tu baru member number 2, lepas tu number 3, number 4 and last.
Doktor, lagi satu persoalan, boleh tak untuk di introduction kita boleh brief sikit sama ada benda tu full package ke, off board ke, boleh tak? Boleh brief sikit?
Boleh. Yang tu depends on your creativity. Yang tu you design based on your group. You nak buat introduction, you nak buat conclusion ke, you nak masukkan gambar ke whatsoever. Yang tu I bagi markah untuk creativity.
right?
Thank you so much, Doctor, for the clear brief.
Okay, any more questions? Saya tak nak
Doktor nak tanya.
Okay.
Doktor nak tanya, kalau kita satu grup tapi package pertama, let's say contohnya tempat A, lepas tu package yang kedua juga ada tempat A, tapi dengan tempat-tempat lain juga. Macam package A dengan B, dia ada dua tempat yang sama tapi macam laluan semua tu tak sama. Boleh tak?
As long as dia dalam kategori yang sama, tempat yang berbeza, aktiviti yang berbeza, then it's okay. Depend on your creativity how to create your package.
Doktor, kalau satu tempat je sama dengan package A dengan B, boleh tak?
Okay, contoh you buat Kuala Lumpur, betul Tapi antara you dengan A dengan B ni, package A dengan B buat Kuala Lumpur tapi aktiviti yang berbeza, tempat yang berbeza. B buat kat Kuala Lumpur tapi tempat yang berbeza, aktiviti yang berbeza. Macam tu?
Maksud saya contohnya contohnya kat Penang, package A ada pergi ke Penang Hill, lepas tu tempat-tempat lain. Package B pula ada pergi Penang Hill, lepas tu tempat-tempat lain juga. Just satu tempat je sama. Macam tu boleh tak?
Tapi apa beza dua package tu?
Maksud saya yang sama tu je satu tempat je. Yang tempat lain-lain semua, yang lain ada ikut laluan lain, yang lagi satu tu lain. Boleh tak?
Tapi kenapa mesti ada sama tempat tu? Apa rasionalnya?
Just nak tanya doktor, boleh tak macam tu?
Kalau you tanya saya, tak boleh lah.
Okay, thank you
It
doktor.
must be totally different. Unless, kalau you ada classification lah. Contoh, kena pergi tempat ni sebab dia kena lalu dekat sini. Atau the startup area tu dekat situ contohnya. Then okay lah.
Okay doktor.
Faham Maksudnya ada justification kenapa kenapa tempat tu sama.
Okay, thank you doktor.
Right. Any questions? Ada? Okay. Untuk this week tutorial, okay, untuk hari Khamis dengan hari Ahad ni tutorial. So, saya dah upload dalam e-learning, which this time tutorial, there is no question. You buat dalam Microsoft Word ke, dalam JPEG, dalam Photoshop ke, ikut you lah. You design a tour package ni, either you buat full board ataupun half board package. Okay, sama ada you nak buat, kalau group assignment you tu belum siap, yang ini sekadar tutorial. Saya nak tengok, okay, based on last week punya costing tu, you dah kira tu, jadi you buatkan dia, designkan tour package macam yang saya bagi contoh dekat awal tadi. Okay, yang ni contoh tour package yang saya buat. You boleh ambil package yang saya bagi ni. Okay, contohnya you nak buat 3 days 2 night single package, harga dia 630. Kalau you nak ambil twin, harga dia 500. Yang ni dia tak ada spesifik tempat. Cuma saya bagi harga je. Contohnya you nak design 3 days 2 night family day package at Formosa Resort. So you pun ambil lah harga pack untuk adult RM500 pack and a child 290 pack. Okay, you ambil harga yang ni. Jadi you create your own brochure package tu, dan you masukkan elemen according to elemen-elemen yang ada dalam group package. Dan last kali you akan submit dalam bentuk macam ni. Okay, package yang you dah design. Contoh macam saya bagi ni family day fun package 2 days 1 night. Dekat mana you letak sendiri tempat you. Apa yang you provide, gambar apa condition dia, dengan siapa nak contact dan sebagainya. Kalau kat sini ada itinerary dia, ada apa dia yang included dengan tak included. Okay, so ini contoh dia. Jadi saya nak untuk tutorial this week, you submit macam ni saja. You submit the whole package yang you sendiri create. Yang ni memang betul-betul just for the sake of saya nak tengok you create sendiri, bukannya yang you copy paste ataupun you ambil direct daripada internet. Okay, so dalam e-learning,
saya dah tickkan requirement dia, you hanya boleh submit sama ada dalam bentuk PDF ataupun image saja, JPEG ataupun PNG. Jadi kalau you buat pakai Word ke, pakai memo ke whatsoever, convertkan dia jadi bentuk PDF ataupun kalau you buat dalam bentuk lain, convertkan dia dalam bentuk JPEG ataupun PNG dan you upload dalam e-learning. Itu saja tutorial untuk this week. Saya dah start buka you punya tutorial dia beberapa bulan itu dan saya tutup, saya bagi you masa more than 3 days sehingga hari Isnin kalau tak salah saya. Okay, jadi yang kelas untuk hari Ahad tu pun you dah boleh start buat hari ni. Cuma attendance tu saya akan bagi on Sunday. Alright, is it clear? Semua faham?
Clear, Doktor.
Yes, Doktor.
Right. So kalau tak ada apa-apa, saya rasa setakat tu saja untuk hari ni punya lecture. I hope that everybody clear what we already discussed today. If you have any further questions, then I open for 5 minutes punya sesi. Tak ada? So kalau tak ada apa-apa, thank you very much again for your attention, for your focus. I hope, okay, one more thing. You akan submit group project, group assignment this month, December, 2 week or 1 week after submission group project, you akan present tau. Remember, you have a group project punya presentation, 15 marks, 15 markah. Jadi yang tu nanti saya akan organize schedule. Kita akan buat Google Meet meeting untuk you present based on group project yang you buat. Okay, untuk presentation nanti depends on your creativity lah, your group. Either you nak semua orang present the whole structure, maksudnya individual punya work tu, you nak individual present ataupun you just select 2 or 3 members in one group. Maximum numbers for presentation is only about 15 minutes saja, 15 minit saja. Okay, so that one is considered 15 marks for your group project. Okay, yang tu nanti saya akan buatkan schedule, mungkin kita akan start buat presentation on early of January. Right?
Doktor, yang 15-minute presentation tu for individual or group members? I mean, for the whole
group
group
project.
Okay.
Group project. Okay, 15 minit for group project punya outcome tu.
Okay, thank you, Doktor.
Tapi during group presentation, walaupun 2 orang present, 3 orang present, semua group members kena ada dalam Google Meet punya presentation. Seorang tidak hadir masa presentation, saya akan tolak 5 markah. Okay, jadi based on the schedule given to you, make sure that everybody must attend or join the presentation punya session. Right?
Okay,
So, thank you so much. Thank you so much again for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh and good afternoon.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, Doktor.
Doktor.
Thank you, Doktor.